The Queen is an impressive person. The institution of the monarchy may be deplorable in certain respects, but the Queen herself has Herculean self-control, a deep sense of duty and vast experience to draw upon, in acute contrast to many world leaders whose visits she must suffer. Her Christmas address was a touching appeal for unity. But was she including climate change when she said it is the small steps, not the giant leaps that bring about the most lasting change in the world? As always with the Queen, it was hard to be sure. Did she mean recycling one's Christmas wrapping paper and turning the palace thermostat down a degree? If so, it's a lovely sentiment, that small steps can solve climate change, but, tragically, painfully, it's not true. Giant leaps are now what we need, transformative change, locally, nationally and globally, if we are to have a hope of reining in accelerated climate change. Those recent pictures of tearful people standing knee-high in brown water in their kitchens are at the cheery end of the climate impact scale. This century has seen 18 of the 19 hottest years on record. If swift action is not taken to stop the average global temperature rising above 1.5 degrees, it is already 1.1 degrees above pre-industrial levels, then even more severe consequences will follow: regular severe heat waves affecting billions, large-scale species loss, food and water shortages, coastal cities being lost to the waves and millions displaced, a petri dish for political extremism and war. Never have I seen such a disconnect between what the science requires and what the climate negotiations are delivering, said Alden Meyer of the Union of Concerned Scientists 10 days ago, after the latest global climate change talks once again ended in failure. Donald Trump on Monday made a rambling attack on wind turbines that was so incoherent he sounded like an android critically low on battery power, but it's not even funny anymore. Faced with such titanic stupidity and cynicism, climate campaigners like Greta Thunberg and Extinction Rebellion feel as if they are screaming into the wind. It is still possible to halt this unfolding global trauma, and Britain could play a vital leading role now the US has abdicated responsibility, but only if this inadequate government is forced to take it a lot more seriously. Opposition parties, working together and galvanizing public opinion, could not only force the agenda, but find their own salvation in the process. The Tories have climate change deniers prominently within their ranks. As recently as 2015, our ideologically rudderless Prime Minister was writing columns sneering at climate science. One of Mr. Johnson's first acts since winning the election has been to appoint a climate change skeptic, Monmouth MP David Davis, as a Wales Office Minister and Whip. For more on this story, visit the news article link.